You good? Okay, good. I'm saying, okay, you all right? Okay, get Matthew 5 and 17. Okay, don't put me to sleep now. Read Matthew 5 and 17. Read that.
Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Read it again.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Christ said, don't even put it in your mind. Don't think means don't think. Think not. That means don't even bring it into your thought. Read.
That I am come to destroy the law.
He didn't come to destroy the law. So how can you teach the law is done away with? And then use deception. See, and you can only use deception with people that don't know the Bible. They can't go to those scriptures of Cornelius saying that God says, eat, for I call nothing common or unclean. Because we know it's talking about people and not animals. But they can pull that deception and pull that scripture out on the unlearned and tell you can pray over your food, knowing that you don't know the context of the scripture. The Most High was preparing Peter and Cornelius to sit down as a Jew and Gentile. It had nothing to do with eating food, but they would deceive the people by pulling that scripture out and say you can eat anything you want. That's deceptive and that's evil. Okay, because the scripture had nothing to do with eating food. But they'll pull it out on someone in a Christian church and say, listen, you can eat anything you want. When Christ said what?
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
I did not come to destroy the law. That means the laws of Moses. He didn't come to take down Moses' law. Read.
Or the prophets.
Or the prophets. That's Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. And they'll tell you to stay away from the Old Testament. Like Christ destroyed it or something. That's wrong. They know your history. They don't want you to read Deuteronomy 28 that shows our people coming over here in cargo slave ships. The real Jews are prophesied in the Old Testament. So they made it a rule so that you can't read your history. That's a problem we have with the churches today. They deceive people. They deceive you with a doctrine. Read.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
And Christ didn't come to destroy the law. He came to fulfill the law. If he destroyed the law, then he would have to destroy himself because he was written in the law. His very action was a law that was given to the Israelites. Once a year, we needed a day of atonement. A lamb without blemish to sacrifice for the sins of the people. So his sacrifice, his blood going to the cross was actually a law in the Old Testament. So that means if the law is done away with, that means Christ's sacrifice is done away with because that was written of in the law. That's what we're saying. We're not saying that we shouldn't teach the love of Christ and the blood of Christ, but where is the truth? What Christ are you teaching? What Christ are they teaching? We have more. Holidays. Somebody get my two Babylons over there. Right there. It's a little book. See it? You can't miss it. Look inside my black bag, if you don't mind. Holidays. We got books everywhere, excuse me. Holidays. Christ was not born on December 25th. But yet, they'll teach it. And then they'll say, well, we'll do it for the kids. Did the Most High say that we can follow Satan for kids? Or are we to follow him? Especially when December 25th was being celebrated while Christ was walking. They were celebrating the Jupiter sun, December the 25th. The Romans, the Greeks. December 25th, Nimrod was being celebrated. Nimrod, who actually built a tower to try to fight against God. Nimrod was born on December 25th. But yet, they'll tell you, well, it's just, we know Christ. Here you go, I got it. No. They say, we know Christ was not born on December 25th, but that's the day the church that we choose to celebrate. Like you made a choice. You didn't make a choice. It was given to you. You didn't make a choice. It was given to you, and you followed it. You didn't ask whether or not it was holy. You didn't ask whether or not God say do it. You did it. Excuse me, 1 second here. You did it. And you didn't perceive not only were you doing evil, that you was actually sinning against your God altogether. Celebrating holidays is a sin. Good. It's a sin. Let's get 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Now, hold you got in Matthew, because there's something else I want to show you there in Matthew.
2 Thessalonians 2.
2 Thessalonians 2. And hold. Read. I know you read Matthew. Finish in Matthew first, because I want something to bring out there. I have to bring out something there.
Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill.
Go ahead.
For verily, I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
Now, is heaven and earth still here? Yes. Read.
One jot or one tittle shall not in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Till all be fulfilled. So the law will stand until you go outside and there's no heaven and earth. If there's no law, what are you going to be judged by on the day of judgment? If you say there's no law, then how can you tell people it's wrong for someone to be a homosexual? That's written of in the law. Leviticus 20 and 13 says, if a man lies with mankind as he also lies with a woman, they both have committed an abomination, and they shall surely be put to death. So how can you stand in a church telling people right from wrong? And they do it all the time, each week, with people not doing according to God. How can you do that when you're up there teaching from the same pulpit that it's okay to break God's law? You're telling people that the law is done away with, and then you up there on the pulpit telling people what they're doing wrong. Based on whose standards, Pastor?